Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of the Climate Podcast. This week we are joined here with
The man, the myth, the legend.
the man, the
Rafay
myth, the legend,
Osmani and
Rafay Osmani, CPSA legend. We used to call
the
him Kobe
GOAT,
Bryant at CPSA.
the fadeaway king.
Yes,
No,
sir. Yes, sir.
Nobody called him Kobe Bryant. I'm just kidding. He was.
Hey, man. You got cooked more than enough times.
Anyway, Rafay, do you want to take a second to introduce yourself? Any interesting things you want the people to know about you?
When it comes to sports, I'm Jamil's daddy. That's pretty much all there is to it.
Hey, listen. No, we're not having none of this. All right, don't make me. I will come to wherever you live, Aurora, and I will 1v1 you and dunk on you
Oh,
with your
man.
Pellegrini jersey. All right.
Starting off hot.
Rafay, who is your favorite player, man, and why?
All time.
Yes.
Carmelo.
Why Melo?
I don't know. He's the first player I grew up watching. His Nuggets days. This man was raw. So,
Bro,
when you're young, is the first person you see.
Cornrow Melo was a dog.
Yes, sir. I got the
Man.
jersey right there.
Only him and AI, man, put like their egos aside and
Yeah, it was
could've done
old
damage.
then, man. Yeah, I was washed.
Could've
You
done some
used
damage.
to abuse Melo on 2K. I used to hate playing against you. You used to play the New York Knicks. It was like what 2K14.
Melo and J.R. Smith.
Oh my God, it was just they were
And
OP.
God.
Yes, sir.
But I know those 2K games we get heated. We throw a bunch of smack talk against each other, but I want to segue this into asking you, you've played a good amount of basketball games in your day. What is the craziest smack talk that you can recall?
I don't talk smack. I'm a nice guy, man. I think 8th grade basketball tryouts, though. The first time I actually met Jamil. This man was talking loud in my ear the whole tryout. And then we start scrimmaging. Bro, I busted this man so hard. Oh my God.
Didn't, dog. No, you
I was hitting Jays in your face, dog.
bro.
He gave you the work.
Listen, I don't know who told. I was
I was
live.
like, I don't know who this kid is, but I like him now.
Listen. As Quentin Richardson once said, is it Googleable? Is it Googleable?
It was CPSA, man. It's just legendary.
There's not much you can Google about CPS.
Yeah,
It's just an
man.
old building.
But before we get into our main topic today, let's go ahead and talk about our backgrounds and our jersey. Rafe, we'll start with you, and then Jamil, and then we'll go to me.
Goat man right here. I'm 24 USC. Brian Scalabrine himself.
The
Greatest
GOAT.
most player of all time.
The GOAT.
Wait, the White Mamba? No.
You know I had to do it to him. Yes, sir.
Jamil, doesn't look like you're wearing your jersey.
Well,
You're
I'm
rocking the
not-
nice headband.
I'm
But
not
let's
wearing
talk
a
about
jersey.
that poster behind you.
Yeah, well, U of I's playing, so I'm wearing U of I orange on the bandana. But behind me, I got the most legendary poster of all time. We got Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. I got it last year at a poster fair, maybe the day after Kobe died. I saw it and I'm like, I gotta cop this. So yeah,
Well,
it's been over a year since he passed. It's crazy, man.
speaking of Kobe Bryant, my background is of the Black Mamba, and you already know it's only right to get the Kobe Manila jersey off white. You already
It's a
know,
sick
guys.
jersey, bro.
Coming correct.
I actually have the
But-
number 8 jersey.
What's up?
I have the number 8 jersey.
Bro,
We're gonna
getting
get
it
into
framed.
that. We're gonna get into
you
that.
should have busted out his number 8 jersey. This is our Kobe
I'm getting
Bryant
it framed. I don't have it with me.
Oh, you know what's crazy is when I was younger, I had the number 8.
Hey.
Oh, snap. You got the whole setup.
Yeah.
I told myself if I was rich, I would just go buy a bunch of jerseys. Anyway, to commemorate Kobe Bryant, it's been a year since his passing. We're going to do 24 seconds of silence. I'll start the timer right now. All right. Rest in peace, Black
Rest in peace to
Mamba.
the GOAT.
Yep.
And what better way to commemorate him than to talk about our favorite Kobe Bryant stories? So who wants to start?
Start us off, man.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Okay. So the craziest story, and I sent you guys a link if you guys want to look through that. But craziest story I was reading was that OJ Mayo once confused 3 a.m. for 3 p.m. when he was training for Kobe Bryant. I think that perfectly sums up everything Kobe Bryant was about. I think just the fact that he had training with Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant says a lot about OJ Mayo and how much of his career has went on a downfall. But that's a whole different story. But yeah, no, I think that's a completely different one. And I think one big myth, I don't think it was true, but it was like Kobe Bryant one time took a shot in an NBA game and he missed a shot because of a flash from the camera. So he spent every day that summer staring into the sun 8 hours a day. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's about that Mamba mentality.
Gotta have that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rafay.
Well, wasn't there that I think it was Jay Williams, but someone was like, he walks into a gym to practice the day before a game. It's like 8 a.m. and Kobe's already there, drenched in sweat. He's like, what the hell? He goes and he's like doing his whole workout, does his whole workout twice. He's exhausted, and Kobe's still getting started there. So he asked him after the game, and he's like, I just saw you and I had to piss you off. He dropped a 50 piece on him after.
Yeah, that was the story I was gonna use because that story was insane. Honestly, like he saw him working out, and then Kobe was like, you know what, I'm gonna work more than this guy, so he stayed after. But my favorite moment, I guess, since I'm kind of not using a story anymore, my favorite Kobe moment was the 60-point game of his last game.
Yeah.
That one was insane to go out like that and just to keep shooting the ball, and the man was like on fire.
22 for 50.
It's insane. Rest in peace, man, to the GOAT. But it's insane to go out like that and to even play that hard when the game really didn't matter. Like that specific game didn't really mean anything to the Lakers.
I remember me and Malik, we were watching basketball that day. And for those listening, Malik is my brother. And that was the same day that Stephen Curry was on pace to break the NBA single season 3-point record. And it was the same day as Kobe Bryant's last game. So those were like the two biggest games on TV. And I remember I just kept keeping the channel on Kobe Bryant's game. And Maddox's like, why do you keep doing that? I want to see Steph Curry. I'm like, listen, Maddox, you're going to see Steph Curry for the next 10, I don't know how many years after this. We are never going to see Kobe Bryant play ever again. We are not missing this. And it was totally worth it. I mean, this man at the end of the game just went off. Oh my God. It was a great way to go out.
Yeah, I remember recording that game, I think midway through the second quarter, because I knew it was going to be something special.
I think
And like till this
Shaq
day,
called
like,
him out. He's like, go get us 40 or something.
yeah, exactly.
What was your reaction to the 60, Rafay?
Well, my brother just like yours. He wanted to watch the Warriors. I think that was their 73-9 season, so he wanted to see if they would break the record.
It was that.
I was like, hell no, no way. I was going crazy. The whole fourth quarter, I was on my feet.
Yeah,
it felt like a finals game. And
we're gonna bring up Steph Curry a little later on about why our brothers were so obsessed with that game over seeing Kobe Bryant. We'll talk about that later. So the next question I want to ask, and we'll start with Rafay, is who was better, number 8 or number 24?
Number 24.
Why?
More skilled. Number 8 was more raw athleticism. You could throw 24 in any era and you'd piece them up.
Okay. But I mean, number 8 was more known for his like crazy like spinning dunks and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. But he was a kid, right? If you put him in like the most physical era ever, he might struggle a little bit. I mean, he's Kobe. He's not going to struggle, but 24 would kill anyone.
Fair enough.
For me, I would agree, but for a little bit of a different reason. 24 was, and you kind of touched on this, he's a lot more mature and he saw the game a lot, more different. And I mean, people can argue that he won without Shaq when he was 24. Like, obviously, that was later in his career and things like that. So you can argue he was better then because he won without Shaq and all this stuff. But I think his mental state and the way he approached the game was just on a whole different level. So, in my opinion, I think 24 was better.
Yeah, I would agree. 24 is where Kobe Bryant became the Black Mamba. He had his 81-point game. That's when he showed that he can win without Shaq. He was more valuable to the Lakers because there was more of a skill gap between him and the next best player.
Yeah.
So the fact that he was able to win two was impressive. Okay. So since Kobe Bryant had won two back-to-back 2009, 2010, and LeBron had just won one this previous season, might go for two this season. I guess my first question is, A, do you think he's going to do it? But B, who do you have in the LeBron versus Kobe debate?
Going to you, Rafay.
Yeah. 1-on-1, I'd say Kobe.
Okay.
And yeah, I think the Lakers win it this year. I don't, unless the Nets figure out that defense, they're not beating them.
Okay.
They're onto something with that defense. They just signed Iman Shumpert. I think they're going to
Yeah.
sign a bunch of 1-year vets or for the vet minimum who can just block up.
I mean, I think they'll make it to the finals and it'll be a crazy series. But I mean, until I see more from the Nets, I think the Lakers win it.
Mm.
I wouldn't count out the Clippers though. Clippers are pretty hot, even though they just lost today. The whole Western Conference, the whole NBA this season is just crazy.
I actually think everyone's counting out the Sixers. Embiid is going crazy this year.
Yeah, Embiid is playing MVP level basketball this season.
Yeah.
So,
What's it called? I was gonna say, okay, so do you
stay
take
healthy.
LeBron's team right now or last year's team, whatever team you think is better, versus Kobe's best 2009, 2010 team?
Does that 2009-2010 team have Andrew Bynum or is that Pau Gasol?
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think who's going to guard AD. Obviously, Andrew Bynum was no scrub, but he also is not going to be able to lock up AD.
I think they would just put Gasol on him, to be
They
honest.
probably put
and try his
Gasol on,
best.
and Gasol in his prime. He wouldn't shut him down, but oh man,
I don't
It'll
know.
be a
but
fun series.
Me,
Yeah.
I'm taking Kobe Bryant.
I'm taking Kobe. I'm not even taking Kobe's team in 7. I'm taking just Kobe in 7.
I think Kobe would go because just watching his finals versus watching like LeBron's finals, they're night and day. I mean, Kobe was
Yeah.
all over the court all the time from beginning to end.
Yep.
LeBron, as a player, is never like the best in the NBA at everything. Just him being on the court always leads to wins, so that's where the natural clash comes in. But I still take Kobe. He was a killer. Plus, they had the way better role players on that Lakers team.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think 2009 wins it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have got what was Meta World Peace on that team at the time?
Yep.
Yeah, so you have guys like
Crazy.
that. You guys have guys like Lamar Odom. You have guys like Derek Fisher.
I forgot about Odom. Yeah,
Lamar Odom was a stud, man.
Yeah.
before the crack.
The Kardashian who was on crack.
It wasn't the crack, okay? It was the white lady, okay? It was
Oh
the
my
Kardashian
God.
curse. It wasn't the
Oh
crack.
my
It
God.
was the Kardashian curse.
She got my boy Kanye. That man about to lose half of everything.
Guys, prayers up for Lamar Odom.
Oh yeah. Well, what do you think, Ibrahim? LeBron versus Kobe, and then 1v1, and then teams. What do you think?
I'm taking Kobe in every aspect, honestly, just because when I think of Kobe, when I think of MJ, when I think of those guys, those GOATs, the Kareems, the Magics, the Birds, I automatically think of straight killer, cold-blooded, no remorse, gonna play defense and then gonna give you 50. When I think of LeBron, I don't really think of that cold-blooded killer, the guy who's just gonna lock you up and then give you 50. Right? So I'm taking Kobe all day.
So in your all-time list, you have LeBron. I mean, you have Kobe over LeBron.
In my all-time list?
Yeah. That's
Yes.
what I'm really trying to get at. You have Kobe over
Yes.
LeBron.
Yes. Dude, people don't give Kobe enough respect, man. Like,
Listen.
listen, I know LeBron is a once-in-a-generation player. I'm not even being like a hater because I'm a Bulls fan. I recognize that he's a GOAT, right? He is the GOAT of our era, like, not including Kobe. Like, Kobe technically wasn't our era. We were, like, super young when he first came to the league.
I am the number one LeBron hater. Okay, I will sit here. I will hate on LeBron every day of the week, no matter what.
I
But
just can't. I just can't respect LeBron and consider him better than Kobe when he jumped ship and went to a different team in order to win first. Like
but
he
the
had to
thing is,
force.
he always leads to winning, always, no matter the
Not
team.
until he went to Miami though. Once he went to Miami, then he started getting the formula of how to win. The thing is, people don't realize like when he went to Miami, it wasn't just the fact that he went to team up with Chris Bosh and D Wade. It was the fact that he went to an organization that taught him how to win.
Yeah, the
Okay,
organization
fine.
knows winning.
Yeah, that Heat culture is real.
That's fine. Even if you include that one decade, right, from 2010 2020, right? If you just want to say LeBron's career starts there, if you compare that decade from 2000 2010 with Kobe Bryant, I mean, Kobe Bryant won 5, LeBron won 4, and went to like 9.
Right. This is the way I explain it to people, right? My all-time list always changes except for Jordan at 1.
Mm-hmm.
If Jordan is number 1 undisputably, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe is no doubt the closest thing to Jordan. So how is Kobe not second?
Thank you.
My list always changes, so it's not always there.
I
Listen,
100%.
LeBron is
That's
definitely
how
in
I
the
think
top
about it.
5 GOAT conversation, right? He's in the top 5 GOAT conversation alone. Like to be in that mix already gives him. But like people said, Michael Jordan 1A, Kobe 1B. Like I can pull
Yeah.
up all these different quotes from several NBA players. Even Gary Payton was like, he's the closest thing we have to Michael Jordan.
Exactly.
I mean, skill-wise and actually career-wise are different. In terms of skill, I would 100% agree. They played exactly like each other.
Not even just talking skill; they're talking just mentality, cold-blooded killer.
They did the
like
exact same thing all the time.
the ability to make
Yeah.
like
No,
their team
I still
better.
agree that his mentality is even crazier too. But who cares about mentality when you can just have a person that always translates to winning?
That makes sense, and you're completely right. But my whole issue is I can't consider him better than Kobe when he needed to team up with 2 other future Hall of Famers to win.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I would. You know what? You've convinced me. I think Kobe Bryant's last 2 rings, like yeah, he had some solid players, but like
I mean, Pau Gasol
Bron,
is definitely going to be a Hall of Famer, and if he isn't,
But
like,
he's not better than any of those all-star team or all NBA
Exactly.
teammates that LeBron had, except for
like
Bosh.
the best teammate
Yeah.
Kobe had was Shaq, right? Who's arguably one of the best big men in the league.
yeah, he won 3 with him, but he also won 2 without.
Exactly.
So I don't know, I feel like you've convinced me.
Convinced.
Yeah. Plus Kobe was able to drop 81. How many scoring titles? Whatever.
But like, who's to
Look
say?
at the
But like, who's to say
defense.
by the end of LeBron's career, like we don't change our minds? Who's to say like LeBron doesn't just go on this tear where he wins 4 straight or something crazy, right?
I think if LeBron wins this year, a lot of people's minds are going to be changed.
Yeah, and it's definitely possible. But I'm saying like right here, right now, like I am considering Kobe as like my second or my above LeBron. I shouldn't say second goal, but above LeBron.
Well, let me ask you two, what would LeBron need to do for you guys to change your mind?
Either win, well, I guess win 3 more, maybe 2 more.
That's
Those losses hurt me, or hurt
Okay.
his case for me.
He's 4-9, 4-6, I think, right? Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is still insane because there are people who've never even made the finals, right?
Yeah, so I give him all the. It's not like saying that number 3 is like disrespectful.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's better than Kareem. I'm saying he's better than Magic and Bird, right? I'm just saying that those losses do matter.
Well, where do
giving
you have him in your
credit
top
they
5,
say-
Rafay? What's your top 5?
Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, and then Tim Duncan. And
I like
that
that.
area kind of fluctuates.
I like that.
Okay. Well,
like that.
who would you rather have in your team, Tim Duncan or Hakeem? Because that's what I was saying last week, that it's either Tim Duncan or Hakeem.
Timmy D.
Tim Duncan, really?
Timmy D, yeah. But I
The
mean,
thing
I
is-
watched more Timmy D than I watched Hakeem, so
That's
Oh,
true.
the bias.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
Timmy
enough.
D slept on, man, because he's not as
Yeah.
flashy.
Okay. Well, I was gonna ask you guys who your favorite Laker is, but I think we're all gonna stick with Kobe for now because
Yeah.
we've pretty much covered that.
Smush Parker, what you mean, boy?
Kwame Brown.
Come on.
You
Bro,
guys see that on Instagram today?
Kwame-
All over Instagram today.
What happened?
Who,
It's like the
Kwame?
13-year anniversary of Stephen A's
Oh my god.
crazy rant on Kwame. It's a
Oh.
bona fide scrub. He can't play. Oh
He's
my
got small
god,
hands.
He got small
amazing.
hands.
You got small hands.
Doesn't have a post-moving commit to memory.
Dude,
Violated.
We should
Kwame
just
Brown
change the
had
name of this episode to Prayers Up for NBA players, because Prayers Up for Kwame Brown, bro.
Dude, that man had emotional terrorism. First, he had what was it? Was it MJ first? It was MJ.
MJ
first.
drafted him, yeah.
Yeah, on the
MJ
Wizards.
was first, and then it was Kobe. Like, how are you supposed to have a good career? You can't. You can't. Especially when you had all the hype. I don't know. Do you think he was a bust because he actually sucked, or because he had so much emotional trauma?
Nah, he just sucked. He was just trash.
Do you think he could have
Anthony
been better
Bennett
anywhere else?
1.0. He might have been better, but he would have been amazing. I don't think you can go from 0 to hero like that in the
Yeah,
NBA.
yeah, you're right. And Andrew Bennett 2.0 as well. That man, whatever.
But as a Bulls fan, we cannot be talking about drafting busts.
As a Chicago fan.
Yeah, that's a fact. As a Chicago fan.
Never mind. I don't want to.
Moving
I don't want
on.
to draft a QB, man. My God, how do you? Never mind. Never mind. This is a basketball podcast. We're not gonna talk about Trubisky.
Deshaun Watson.
Like, I can understand how we passed up on Mahomes, right? I can understand. But how did we pass up on Watson? It begs the question. I don't want to be the guy. I don't want to be the guy. But it begs the question: is, are the Bears front office racist? I said it. There, I said it. Listen,
Cat's out of the bag.
cats
Oh
out.
no.
Whatever.
Jamil about to get ratioed by the Bears official Twitter account.
They're about to put like top 10 Trubisky highlights. Number like 5 through 1 is going to be like his 5-yard routes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
A 5-yard dump offs to Montgomery.
Yeah, for
Bro.
anyway, we went too much of a tangent. Kobe's probably second or first most memorable moment of him, 81 points. So the question I have for you guys today is, well, 2 questions. 1, do you blame that on Jalen Rose? Because I don't even think a majority of the points were even on Jalen Rose. 2, what's harder, Wilt's 100 or Kobe's 81?
Oof.
Keep
Kobe's
in mind,
81.
there's no 3-point line.
Kobe's 81.
Even without a 3-point line.
Yeah. Who was Wilt playing? Because it's not like he did that to Russell.
Oh, yeah, dude, Wilt was playing the guy who was
He
shoveling
bodied
the ball
Russell.
this
That's
morning,
fine,
man.
right? But he didn't drop 100 on Russell. Right? Who was he playing?
I mean,
Eh.
Wilt Chamberlain was literally playing like
The
the
lunch lady,
cashier at the
Yeah.
local like deli.
He was playing Ibrahim.
Basically, he was basically
But-
playing me back when I used to work at Burcott's.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Okay.
Burcott's.
So they don't have any like recordings of the game. Let's say he played 40 out of 48 minutes, right? He was a big minute guy. 100 points in 40 minutes.
I just imagine him dunking it every single play. Like he just goes in the post, catches it, dunks it. It's like
Okay, so you have to have 50 field goals
I
in
wonder what the score
40
was
minutes.
for that game.
100 to 98.
Assuming he missed, assuming he like didn't, let's just say he didn't miss. He would need to shoot 50 times.
Yeah, but do you see the shots that Kobe was hitting?
Yeah, I'm not saying
Hitting,
they're
like,
harder. I'm just
fadeaway
saying
threes.
when you.
I just
when
think
you,
it's more impressive.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm not saying I don't agree. I'm just trying to play devil's
Wait,
advocate.
hold up. The score for Wilt's game where he scored 100 was 169 to 147.
Yeah. How,
No defense. That helps my case.
They score every single possession of the game. You know how many times you have to shoot the ball in a minute? Both teams combined. You have to shoot the ball like five times a minute.
I mean, you see highlights of like Jerry West playing. Man was just
Jerry
doing
West
this
is
the whole
garbage.
time.
I want to ask you this question right now. Does Jerry West make D1 basketball? Be 100% honest.
I'm not gonna be that disrespectful, so yes. Just from a respect point of view. He's the
True
logo,
respectfully,
man.
Jerry West
You
is.
can't disrespect the logo,
He's the
bro.
logo.
Listen, we're unfiltered here. Jerry West is not even gonna listen to this pod. Be honest with yourself.
Listen, Jerry West is gonna bust your ass even at this age.
Eyes closed with only his
But-
left hand, which he couldn't
but-
dribble with.
Yeah,
exactly. But he is not making D1 basketball. I'm sorry.
Oh
Bro,
my
This
god.
man dribbled. Hold on. This man.
Why are you treating him like his
pulled up
Julian
for the
Newman, bro?
elbow.
Come
That's
on.
how he dribbled. And then he shoots from the elbow. Like this man. I don't get it. Whatever.
Okay. This man,
Oh my
first
god.
episode, Jamil was shedding on Bill Russell. Now he's shedding on the logo.
Okay, no, don't even get. Let me ask this to Rafay about Bill Russell then. Okay, who do you take, Bill Russell or Wilt? Keep in mind, right, that Bill Russell had Hall of Famers on his bench, and Wilt Chamberlain was still had like as many rebounds, probably more blocks and more points.
Bill Russell. Okay, listen.
Wait,
He had 90% of the All-Stars in the league on his team.
I know, but listen. Back then, people who don't make D1 today are Hall of Famers. So even if they played 10 years later, those guys wouldn't have been All-Stars and Hall of Famers.
I'm saying
They're Hall of Famers back then, but that didn't mean much.
Yeah, I'm
We
saying
just
back
talked about
then,
Jerry
you're
West
taking-
20 years later. So how good do you think those guys were? You could see Bill Russell was insane. I'm not saying Wilt wasn't. I just rather take Bill.
What if I told you Bill Russell averaged like 11 and a half points for his career,
Okay, but he also got rebounds. He also got blocks.
which
Was
Wilt
it-
had more of?
I don't know, man. My gut tells me Bill.
Man,
Something
Alright.
about Wilt's like crazy stats doesn't sit right with me, man. There's something fishy going on
I
there.
think they just faked all of his
Just
stats.
threw some numbers out there,
they
man.
just added extra zeros to everything.
Yeah.
I don't even think Wilt was a real man. That man said he could bench like 500 pounds.
It's
He was
Otto
like an
Porter's
Olymp-
grandpa, man. Come on.
Otto Porter, right?
They look the exact same.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the odds are him being his grandpa are really high because Will Chamberlain used to talk about his
Yeah.
extracurricular activities on the college campus.
Anyone listening right now, look up Otto Porter versus Wilt Chamberlain lookalike. And speaking of his extracurriculars, I just want to throw out his number. Hold on. Wilt Chamberlain partners. Listen to this, guys. Apparently, he slept with 20,000 women.
And that's according to him.
What? Okay, I get like wanting to hype yourself up maybe for like your friends or something like that. But 20,000?
My
How do you
man's
even
body
keep track?
count was insane.
This man did nothing but sleep with people and play basketball.
And this
That was
guy
it.
My
was a
man
tall
slept with
tale.
more women than NBA players could score in their career.
He's the
Oh my
ultimate
God.
alpha male. Like this
Guys,
man
we're
was
talking about
this man
Kobe,
scored
not
100
Wilt.
points in a
Now,
Not Wilt's
this is not what I was told to be
Swinging.
talking about. I would have done different research.
This is why I mark our podcast as explicit on Spotify. Okay.
Oh my God.
Anyway, back
So,
to our yeah.
what was harder to score, the Wilt's 100 points or Kobe's 81?
I said Kobe's 81.
Okay, so scoring the points, Kobe's 81 because of level competition. Right? People forget Chris Bosh was on that team. On that Raptors
The
team.
Raptors team was like okay. They had some.
The Raptors
names.
team, no, the Raptors team was trash. Record-wise, they were trash. But people forget that their actual like lineup wasn't that bad. Like the names on that roster weren't that bad.
Yeah, I would say.
But
Go ahead.
hold on, sorry, I'm not done. But beating that 100-point record versus beating that 81-point record, beating the 100-point record is harder.
But
Obviously.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that leads me to say that his 100 points was more difficult because no one's been able to beat it.
Why? Because everyone got so much better since then.
Yeah, but there's a 3-point line now. Like, imagine if Steph
People
Curry
still
tried
got
beating
better.
it. You think if Steph Curry tried beating the 100-point, he wouldn't do it?
I think Klay Thompson has a better chance.
I mean, yeah, Clay just
But
goes
I'm saying,
crazy.
like, with the 3-point line and the level of, like, shooting and the volume of people, like, shooting at that clip, you don't think people are going to be able to, like, beat it?
Who in today's NBA has the highest chance of beating it?
I think KD, Curry, or Clay, if he was healthy.
Devin Booker.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, Devin dropped 70. Yeah, that's true.
D-Book, maybe Damian Lillard.
I
By the
don't
way, I
think Dame
think
can do that.
I don't know. Actually, no, probably not. Never mind. No, you're right. No, I think the 81 points is harder than 100, but logistically speaking, 100 points, and let's say he played 40 out of 48. I mean, that's a stupid amount. Come on, no 3-point line, bro. What? I don't believe it. This man played against our local lunch ladies. All right, this man
He played against CPSA's
CPSA.
varsity basketball team.
Played against Brother Yusuf.
What? Yeah, brother Yusuf, the Wednesday biryani lunch ladies.
Oh
Whatever.
my god.
Anyway, speaking of Devin Booker, which player in the NBA right now plays the most like Kobe? I don't know if you guys are looking at the doc, but I'll list out a bunch of players to keep your thoughts flowing, right? So he has trained people like Luka, Jason Tatum, Giannis, Kawhi, Trae Young, and some players that I think play like him are Zach LaVine, Devin Booker, a little bit of Damian Lillard, and Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant has also admitted to stealing his moves.
I'd say Tatum or Booker.
Tatum or Booker. What about Kawhi? Because I have heard so many people. There was a point in time on Instagram where people would always look at the way Kawhi played and compare it to Kobe Bryant.
Kind of. I think Kawhi has his own little style. Tatum is kind of like 100% Kobe.
Okay.
Except instead of a step back fadeaway, it's more of a side step fadeaway.
Yeah. What do you think, Abe?
I'm going with D-Book.
Yeah.
But y'all are sleeping on somebody, and I think he deserves his praise as playing Kobe-esque Jimmy Butler. He plays. No. Listen.
Maybe Chicago Jimmy, maybe not anymore.
The mid-range game, the defense, the level of tenacity, just that like extra effort that he brings. He reminds me a little bit of Kobe. Not the offensive like monster, but in terms of just the effort and the aggressive play and things like that.
I'd agree with you if it was Chicago Jimmy, not Miami Jimmy.
I mean,
but Jason Tatum does make sense.
Yeah.
The guys he trained. A lot of people said Kyrie as well.
I was gonna say Kyrie, but Kyrie dribbles a lot more. It's more about the handles.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would say, oh, I forgot to include Kyrie in there. No, I would say Devin Booker. Probably Devin Booker. I mean, that guy, every time he shoots the ball, the way he like creates his shot, I think it's exactly like Kobe Bryant. Every time he hits a game winner, I cannot help but think of Kobe.
I'm so glad Chris Paul went there.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
that team is rocking.
Yeah.
Who do you think has better upside since you mentioned Jason Tatum? Jason Tatum or Book? Like you're an NBA GM, who are you picking?
Tatum. And I like Booker a lot more. Like I don't really like the Celtics, but I take Tatum. I think Tatum's already a beast. I mean, they're around the same age, right? Like 23, 24 years old. I think Tatum needs to be a better defender, but I think he's always going to be better than Booker.
And he can be. Tatum's like big enough to be a good defender.
Yeah. Like he's blanky.
Yeah.
And I like Book more. I just don't think he's better than Tatum.
Yeah, I would probably go with, I don't know. I think I'd still go with Devin Booker just because I feel like if you give him a right position on a team, he's going to go crazy. I mean, he's shown he can go crazy with scoring. He can have a crazy impact on a team.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Abe?
About who they play, who Kobe reminds me of?
No, yeah, but who he reminds you of, and then you taking Booker or JT, Jason Tatum?
I'm taking JT.
Yeah.
But honestly, like Zach LaVine as well, because just the amount of like
plays like number 8 Kobe.
He legit does play like number 8 Kobe, but man,
yeah,
I think was it David that mentioned it last episode? He wasn't a shooter when he came in the league.
Yeah.
And now he's just like, he's a knockdown 3-point shooter. He's clutch. Like he gets buckets, man. Just Bulls. Damian Lillard had to pull out his stopwatch and tell us what time it was.
Yeah, Dame time is. What's it called? Well, now that we've mentioned all these players who play exactly like Kobe, it begs the question of who are the most influential players of all time? Some names I want to throw out there. We have Kobe, LeBron, MJ, Curry, Shaq. Who do you guys have of the most influential players of all time?
Steph.
You have him in
all
number
time.
one?
All time.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I would put him at number 2 after MJ, just because MJ literally changed the entire planet. Like he
guess.
changed everything. He had a like Mike phenomenon, but Curry changed the way the game is played. He changed the way not only the NBA plays, but the way you have kids, like 10-year-olds pulling up from half court. LaMelo Ball, Damian Lillard,
You guys are
Trae
forgetting
Young.
something.
Well, yeah, Kobe too.
No,
Who?
you guys are thinking of my main man, bro. He changed the culture. Yeah, obviously the Kobe's and the MJs.
AI.
AI, man.
He changed the
AI
culture. I
changed-
thought we were talking
AI
strictly
literally
basketball.
AI literally changed the culture of the NBA.
Oh
Like,
yeah, completely.
the cornrows, the tattoos,
Yes, sir.
like
I mean, well, yeah, you're talking that way, yeah.
that too. And then like look at all the point guards. Ask them who their favorite player was growing up. Ask Kyrie. Ask Steph. Ask Kyle Lowry. Ask Dame Dalla. All of them said
Lowry.
AI. I'm just thinking of like NBA
Yeah.
point guards. Kyle Lowry's.
Kind
I
of
don't
Lowry a
know.
bum.
I've just
Kyle
like
Lowry's not
you-
a bum.
I just don't
Kyle-
like him.
Is it Kyle Lowry?
Yeah, he's not a bum. But no,
He's
for real,
I
like,
mean, he
all these dude, Kyle Lowry's solid.
kind of.
He is solid.
Okay,
I just don't
Van
like him.
Vliet though. Van Vliet is the main man.
54 points.
54 points.
Rockford represent.
Jeez.
Oh
Man
my
got the
god.
bag too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But no, AI changed the culture a lot. I'm having AI as my 2A after or 2B after Kobe. So MJ's my first. Steph is my number like 3 or 4, honestly.
I think in the last after AI's era, kind of, I think it was definitely Steph.
Yeah, I can agree.
Like even like 5 foot, like 10 and 11 people think they can make the NBA now, even if they can't
Yeah.
dunk. You just gotta be a knockdown shooter.
Yeah. I would put this is my top 5. I have LeBron at 5, then Shaq, then Kobe, then Curry, then number 1 MJ.
Solid
have-
list.
I have LeBron up there because even though he hasn't changed the way people play the game, no one ever says I want to like shoot like LeBron. I want LeBron score. No one says that. Just his influence on how long he's been dominant. Everyone just likes him so much. So
Yeah.
I can't just not include
I
him.
mean, also too is there's nothing wrong you can say about LeBron. Like the worst thing you can say about him is the fact that he went to Miami to play with 2 All-Stars.
Yeah.
Like, really, like
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna like roast him for. Like he's
Yeah.
a really good guy. He takes.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna roast him for that. We were supposed to
Instead
win a
of Chicago?
championship in Chicago. Yeah, we
I
were
mean, can
supposed
you
to win a
really?
championship.
Okay, hold up. Let's take a timeout because we do this every timeout. Take a timeout, Jamil. Take a timeout. Are we really gonna blame LeBron for not coming to Chicago? Like honestly, really think about this. Are we gonna
Oh, no.
blame him for not coming?
I think he
I'm-
meant we would have won if
Yeah.
he didn't go to Miami.
I'm saying we would have won if he didn't go to Miami.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
I was about
what
to
I
say
meant.
because there's no way in hell he was gonna go to Chicago. Like, yeah, he may have entertained and teased Bulls fans, but he's not going there.
D
we all
Wade
know
said
that.
D Wade said it was a done deal. Like they were
Yeah.
ready to go there. Like
Yeah, but
they
then
made
what
everything
happened?
work.
But then what happened?
Bosh.
No, they had a meeting. It was Dwayne Wade, LeBron, and Chris Bosh. They had a meeting with the Chicago Bulls front office, and D Wade publicly said, after leaving that meeting, we realized that they didn't know what they wanted. They didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know
That's
what they
where
wanted.
trash franchise.
He basically realized that Gar Forman and John Paxson realized that they didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Listen, we couldn't convince a cardboard box to come to Chicago.
Seriously,
We
if you
almost
think
had
about
Kobe.
it. Like, look it up. Look it up.
And I feel like we could have won in 2015. We had the chance to trade for Melo
Yeah.
at the end of his prime.
And I don't blame Melo for going to Chicago either, because he probably asked LeBron why he didn't go to Chicago, and then LeBron and D Wade were like, oh, because so and so.
Yeah,
They didn't know what they wanted to do.
I mean,
I mean before
we almost got
Karnisovas
Kobe.
before Karnisovas took over, dude, we were known for having one of the worst front offices ever. I forgot who was telling us this, but MJ made it a point after he left to tell everyone in the league how bad the Bulls front office was.
Yep.
Well, Jordan was also petty like that, but whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
but it's
true.
not like it was false.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Well,
fact.
Well, speaking of Jordan, who was more competitive? Who had more that killer instinct, Kobe or Jordan?
Oh man.
And we're talking 6-0 versus 5-1. We're like
5 and 2, I think. Pistons and
Oh, 5-2.
Celtics.
Yeah,
5-2.
5-2.
And those teams that he lost to weren't bum teams. They were super teams.
That Pistons team was
Dude,
one of the best defensive teams ever.
I used to love watching them play, bro. I used to love watching them play.
That was a bit
Big
too early
shot.
for me. I was like 5 years old.
And Rasheed Wallace, Ben
Chauncey, oh
Wallace.
my god.
Back
Tayshaun
in my
Prince,
day.
bro. Tayshaun Prince was a beast.
Okay, so
Yeah.
who do you think got that killer instinct?
I don't think you can compare it. It's almost the exact same.
They're almost
They just-
the same. The only
I
difference
don't-
is one guy won an extra finals. Like,
Yeah, I
Listen.
mean, I don't see how you can compare them.
They just made a 10-hour documentary about one man's killer instinct. 10 hours
You
of
don't-
footage.
You don't think they're gonna make one of the Mamba mentality? You
they
don't
already
think
are.
so?
They already did.
They will. They definitely
They're in
will.
the
I
works
think it's
of
in the
making it.
making. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that doesn't mean anything.
I don't know, man. Just like, but you don't hear the and I took it personal stories with Kobe like you do with Jordan.
What does Kyrie say after every game winner? Mamba mentality. He said that after his game winner in the finals.
Okay, but like
This generation is all Kobe's Mamba mentality
Dude,
kids.
apparently, Kobe used to make like a hissing sound on
Yeah.
the court
oh yeah, I think when he wanted the ball.
when he
That
wanted
was
the ball.
crazy.
It's
That's the best
insane.
thing ever.
But I'm taking Jordan just because Jordan was able to smack talk. You don't really hear about Kobe smack talk stories. Like, you hear about them, but not to the level of MJ. Like, MJ used to like.
MJ
think
ruined
like
people's
Muggsy
careers.
Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues.
I think
Yeah.
he told Muggsy Bogues like, shoot the
He's a
ball, you
mid-
short
Yeah.
expletive, and then like that
Expletive.
ruined his career or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, if I even looked at Michael Jordan on the same court, I would have absolutely fainted. Kind of like how Rafay saw me on the court in tryouts and he just fainted. He couldn't handle it. Anyway, next topic. Anyway. Okay, so I put a link to a Bleacher Report article about Kobe's top 10 achievements. And I want to say, and I want you guys to look at the top 5. I think they got it completely wrong. And I'm like, what the heck? I
The
don't know.
achievements link.
Yeah. And no, it says Bleacher Report. So while you guys are looking for that, Bleacher Report put out like a top 20 Kobe achievements. At number 5, they put his 5 NBA titles at number 5.
What was number 1?
Number 4 was his 2 times finals MVP. Number 3 was 2-time league scoring champion. Okay, that's stupid. Number
Yeah,
2.
it's a terrible list.
Yeah, number 2, his single MVP, which he got snubbed multiple times, but I don't even want to talk about that. Number 1, they put his 81-point game. 81-point game should have been number 2. Number 1 should have been his 5 titles. Number 3 should have been
Finals
his
MVP.
2 times finals MVP. Number 4, his numbers of final appearances, and number 5, his 60-point final game.
Okay, that first of all, the league MVP, just the single one,
Was number 2.
I think it deserves to be in top 5 because I think they're taking into account how many goats were in that
That era.
How many he beat?
Yeah.
Tim Duncan, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, Dwayne Wade.
I love Steve Nash, but he did not deserve that
AG.
second one.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
But that this list is whack. They literally have this man's finals.
At 5, titles
five
has to be
rings,
number
basically,
1.
as number 5. His 5 rings have to be number 1. Like,
Yeah.
that makes no sense.
I don't know.
Whoever's
What
writing for
would-
Bleacher Report and whoever wrote this article,
What would you
Something's-
reorganize it as, Rafay?
Titles, then 81,
Yeah.
then MVP, and then you could put in any order. You could put the 61 against the Mavs where he outscored the whole team. You could do youngest all-star starter. You could do all those all NBA defensive
Oh,
teams.
God.
After that, it doesn't matter. They're all insane.
Yeah.
didn't he
Yeah,
win a
fair
dunk
enough.
contest or no?
I think he
he did.
participated in one. I don't know if he won though.
No, I think he won 1997, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do a snake draft of the all-time Lakers. We're using the NBA 2K21 roster. They have 15 players. We have 3 of us here, so
And you don't have to use people on the roster, just as FYI. Let me set
Oh,
that straight.
Okay.
You can use this as a guy, but you don't have to use this
Okay, cool.
because they're leaving out certain players that I think are better than some guys on here.
So we'll do
Let's
this
see.
order. We'll do a snake draft. We'll go Rafay, me, and then Ibrahim, and then obviously it goes backwards. All right, Rafay.
Okay. I'm gonna take Kobe.
All right, Kobe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take. Shoot.
Wait,
is
question.
hard.
Is this in their Lakers career? Or like if I take LeBron, is it like prime LeBron?
Nah, we'll take Lakers career.
Okay.
Let's take Lakers career.
Okay. That's why I was trying to take Steve Nash.
Bruh.
Oh no. No. Okay, my pick. Jeez, I'm gonna take Shaq.
Right. All right, so I'm gonna take Magic and Kareem.
If any one of
Jamil?
y'all pick Jerry West, I'm taking
I
LeBron.
really can't believe y'all did not take Magic or Kareem, but I don't blame y'all for taking Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah, I'm taking LeBron.
Okay.
Take James Worthy.
Wow. You got one more pick,
Okay.
Rafay.
Oh yeah. Wilt.
Oh, that was a good one. But I think I got a really good one. Elgin Baylor. Even though he was like 0-8 in the finals, he was a beast.
He was a dog though.
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad, not bad. I get one pick or two.
Two.
All right, cool. I'm gonna take Wilt the Stilt.
I already took Wilt.
Oh, you
Yeah,
took
you already
James
got
Worthy
Wilt.
and Wilt? Damn.
Yeah.
I'm about to be so happy that I had this big lineup. All right. Damn.
This man could draft 5. If he wanted to, he would draft 5 centers. I don't get you.
Yeah. Have himself at point.
Bro, if you just have 4 centers and 1 point guard, that's all you need.
I mean, listen, technically I do have 2 centers already. Magic played center, so
Okay.
Magic
me a
like
little-
center cat.
all
Okay,
right.
go.
I'm taking Lamar Odom because y'all sleeping on my man. And I'm gonna take Gail Goodrich.
Y'all are sleeping. I'm taking. Oh, do I take him or?
Y'all are sleeping. Doesn't even know who to take.
Okay. Okay. I'm between 2 players. You know what? I'll pick him later because I know you guys aren't gonna pick him. So I'm gonna pick Pau Gasol right now.
Pau Gasol.
All right.
I think Ralph is gonna pick him actually. Shoot.
I think I'm gonna take Robert Ory.
No.
Robert Ory. Wow.
No.
Big shot,
That was a
Bob.
Big
Yes, sir.
shot, Bob. I should have done it. You know what?
Wow.
You know what?
And the greatest point guard in Lakers history, Lonzo
You have
Ball.
5 already, my friend.
Sixth man.
Six
Lonzo Ball.
man. Lonzo Ball.
Taking Lonzo Ball. All right, we're doing a 6-man, I guess. Screw it.
Do I have 5 players?
No, you have 4, Jimmy. You have Shaq, LeBron, Elgin Baylor, and Pau Gasol.
All right. Make sure you put in Kwame as the 5th. I'm just kidding. No, Lakers, Luol Deng.
What?
No. I'm just kidding.
I was about to roast you.
I don't know.
Why are you acting like you don't know more Lakers players? Come on now.
Seriously. You guys are sleeping on
You know
one
who
guy,
was a
too.
dog? No, I'm gonna take Byron Scott. That man was a dog. A dog.
All right. I'm taking Meta World Peace.
Oh, I
Solid.
forgot about him.
Yo, my team is all-time defense. I don't know Gail Goodrich if he's a defender or not.
This man's team about to score 10 points a game. Be like, yo, we're so good.
Look how
What
crazy
do you mean?
defense,
I have-
guys.
10 points a game. I literally have the all-time leading scorer.
Who's beating my team though? Nobody.
No,
my team.
no one's beating my team.
Bro, Who's gonna guard Magic?
Who's gonna guard Kobe?
Magic.
Bro, I'll tell you who's gonna guard Kobe.
Listen, this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna double team Kobe, and we're gonna leave Lonzo Ball open.
I love how nobody
40%
picked Jerry
from three
West.
this year. Relax.
By the way, I finessed you. You don't have 5 players. You picked Lonzo Ball as your 5th player.
Even better. Even better. Magic Johnson is Lonzo Ball 2.0.
So we're gonna double team you and leave Lonzo open and let that man shoot for days.
Elgin Baylor would
Ash.
lock down Kobe.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Disrespectful.
It's not
I
disrespectful.
mean, you literally have nobody that's gonna be able to guard Magic.
Bro, I can literally just put LeBron on him. It's okay. LeBron plays exactly like him, plus he has better offense. Don't even.
Okay, LeBron's not gonna be able to play defense. LeBron never plays defense.
That's kind of true. That's kind of true.
The only soundbite we have of LeBron is blocked by James.
Oh,
Okay. So I
opportunistic defender.
put some links in here for
Wait, can I read these lineups real quick though?
Oh yeah,
for
let's
fans?
read the lineups.
All right, so we got Rafay, Kobe, James Worthy, Wilt Chamberlain, Robert Ory, Lonzo Ball.
That's a solid lineup.
Jamil has Shaq Diesel, the Big Aristotle, LeBron, Elgin Baylor, Pau Gasol, and frickin' Byron Scott.
I should have put Jerry West.
You just called him a bona fide
You were
scrum.
better off drafting Luol Deng, bro.
Okay, but back then he was good. No, Byron Scott was good on the Lakers. What do you mean?
Byron Scott was okay.
He was okay. The man's a better coach than he is a player.
Yeah,
Let's be real.
I mean, okay, relax. He's not a good coach either.
Okay, fine.
I got Magic, Kareem, Lamar Odom, Gil Goodrich, Meta World Peace.
Oh, that's such a sick team, Ibrahim. Nice team, dude.
Thanks, bro.
Amazing job, man.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, I have LeBron and Shaq on my team. Having those two in their primes, are you serious, bro?
I had Kobe and Wilt. You just treated this whole episode like Wilt was the greatest big man of all time. 100 points, bro.
No,
So
I'm
what's
just
that
saying
gonna
back
do?
then. I'm just saying back then.
I
he was
really
better
can't
than-
believe you drafted Byron Scott, though, over Meta World
Okay,
Peace.
no. If
over
I thought
frickin'
For Derek Fisher.
Michael Cooper,
no,
like
no, listen.
Jamal Wilkes.
If he's gonna sit here and say that Wilt Chamberlain is like better than all these guys in their primes, if we're gonna go by respective
I didn't
era,
say that. You said that.
no, if we're gonna go by
You said
respective
that.
era, I would have went by Jerry West just because he was a beast back then.
I mean, you're the one who's hyping up Wilt, not me. I said Wilt.
No,
was okay.
Wilt was still a beast back then, according
Listen, Jermaine, all
according
I'm
to his
saying is
numbers,
you
plus
drafted Byron
20,000.
Scott.
Jamil is the Bulls of drafting.
This man,
Exactly.
This man
Jimmy literally
drafted
drafted
Lonzo
Byron
Ball.
Scott, bro.
Hey,
This
bro.
man
Like-
drafted Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo Ball Summer League MVP. You have any Summer League MVPs
yeah,
on your
yeah.
team? Nah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
Lonzo Ball, Summer League MVP, bro.
I
Respect.
will not take this slander. We're going to start bench cut. We're going to start bench cut. Okay. This is ridiculous. On my own podcast. Unbelievable.
All right, start bench cut, yalla.
Okay. All in their primes, all in their best playing day. Karl Anthony Towns, Blake Griffin, Rudy Gobert. Start bench cut.
I'm going first.
Yeah.
Blake Griffin start.
Mhm.
Bench Karl Anthony Towns. Cut Rudy. That was easy. Rudy Gobert cannot play offense. He airballed a layup the other day.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Actually, same.
I
Blake
agree, but
Griffin-
I'm switching Cat and Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin can't stay up. Oh, you said all in their prime. Wait,
All
never
in their
mind.
primes.
I forgot. Hold up. I forgot you said all in their prime. I was just about to say Blake Griffin's injury prone. Never mind. I'm switching it back. I apologize.
He wasn't injury prone until like his fifth year.
Yeah, if he was injury prone, I would have cut that man.
Yeah. Rudy Gobert though.
Nah, I mean, Rudy Gobert's a killer defense, but his offense is straight.
You see what
Gerber, baby,
Jokic did to him
delight.
the other night? Jokic dropped
Was
like
it-
50 on his head.
Why am I thinking of Embiid? Anyway, yeah, no, Jokic is killing everyone. That man is. I think he's still averaging a triple double. That man
Yeah.
destroying the league. Okay, all in their best, all in their prime. We got Dwayne Wade 06. We got 60-point triple double Harden, and we got T-Mac pre-injury on the Rockets.
Are we doing like a
Start bench cut.
one-on-one thing or for your
Start
team?
bench cut.
Or...
For your team. Yeah, start bench cut for your team.
Start 06 Wade. considering he led that team to the finals. And
Mm-hmm.
then which T-Mac was it?
Rockets, or the best T-Mac you can think of.
I take Harden. And then
You
I'll
take
cut
Harden over
T-Mac.
him.
Yeah.
What if it's not for your team? What if it's just you think the top three? Who is
I
the
think
best?
one-on-one T-Mac beats them both. So
Okay. Fair enough. What do you think, Abe?
Starting T-Mac, I'm benching D-Wade, and I'm cutting James Harden.
What the heck?
Whoa.
What
Bro,
the heck?
T-Mac,
Look
first
at
of
this
all,
old head, man.
Kobe
Back
said,
in my day, we used to
Listen.
play defense.
Back
Listen,
in my day, it was
listen.
all centers.
listen,
Back in my day, all you needed was 4 centers.
listen. Kobe said that T-Mac was the hardest person he ever had to guard. It's Googleable.
Yeah, but you guys said on a team.
The thing says all in their prime. That's all I'm taking.
Wade led a team to the finals. Harden has 60-point triple doubles. Who's doing more for their team? Those two.
All prime, but you can't say that because T-Mac was never healthy.
I'm just saying
Okay,
pre-healthy, prime, your best T-Mac that you can get.
Yeah, I'm taking T-Mac.
over the third best shooting guard in NBA history.
Listen,
Dwayne
you're only
Wade.
saying that because T-Mac is not like T-Mac would have been the third best, second best shooting guard in NBA history had he been healthy. So that argument
but he
doesn't,
wasn't, though.
hold because he was injured.
Whatever.
So this
we don't know how good he would have been.
I'm taking Dwayne Wade, Harden, T-Mac.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Ooh. All at their very, very best. Their best games. Jason Tatum, Trae Young, Zach LaVine. Dude.
That one's the benching. The benching is going to be hard.
Benching is hard.
The starting
I think it's
is
an
easy.
obvious starter. I think I'm gonna get hate for this, but
I'm just kidding.
No, Jason Tatum's going to be my starter.
same here.
I'm going to.
I'm a bench Levine, and I'm gonna cut Trae.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Trae is the worst defender, I think, statistically in the whole NBA.
He's fell off since the beginning of the year. I don't like the way he's learning to play offense. He's taking the Curry tactics and he's abusing it up the butt, where he dribbles around the pick and then he stops and waits for the defenders to come and then he flails and he does it every single. No, listen, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not having that.
Yeah, this man is such a bad defender. It's unbelievable. People just walk past him.
Yeah. What do you think, Abe?
Jason Tatum starting. I'm benching Zach LaVine. I'm cutting Trae. So
Fair enough. Okay.
I can't believe y'all are freaking cutting T-Mac.
We got one with an
Bonafide
obvious
scrub.
cut. We got one with an obvious cut, and we're going to talk about this year's stats. Okay. We got Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox, CJ McCollum. Keep in mind, CJ McCollum and Jason Tatum are both having career years. McCollum is killing it.
Are we talking this season or are we talking like all time though?
I mean, even all time, Jason Tatum and McCollum are having their best seasons.
I think it's Tatum and McCollum. I don't think Fox is that great.
Okay,
He's
so
good, but I mean,
who are you starting and who you benching?
I'm starting Tatum and benching McCollum.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if Tatum is the focal point of your offense, he can average 30. Same thing with McCollum. One is a better defender, and
It
everything
depends
else.
It depends if Bam Adebayo is meeting me at the rim. I'm taking CJ McCollum.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think McCollum just needs to be on a different team. I think he can be a contender for all NBA first team eventually if he gets on a good team where he leads it.
You say first team? You know how many
Eventually.
good guards we have in the league?
Dude, he's averaging 26 as the second best option, and he's having a career year.
Wait, you're saying CJ McCollum needs to leave?
He's saying he's going to be an all NBA first team if he has his own team.
I'm thinking if he has his own team in the right position, he can he has the potential to be there.
Okay, Steph, Kyrie, Dame. All NBA first team's already
Isn't
gone.
he already doing better than Kyrie this year anyway? Hold on. Hey, dude, I don't think you guys realize what I mean by career year for CJ McCollum.
No, CJ McCollum's hooping. Jamil, you're right. CJ
I'm
McCollum
saying
has been hooping.
He's never
this
going to be
year.
all NBA first team though.
You don't think he has potential to be if he was on his own team? He's
No, I
putting
don't
up,
think so. And
he's putting up
I like
26
McCollum.
a game.
It's a popularity contest too, man. You got to remember that.
Yeah, he's never going to be all NBA first team. I'm sorry.
Never's a big word, but I don't think he's gonna. It's gonna be difficult, but he is putting up crazy numbers this season. You're right.
All right.
Speaking of McCollum, Dame was kind of overrated in the playoffs. The season they went to Western Conference Finals, when they beat the Nuggets, McCollum carried that whole series.
Yeah. No, the thing is with Damian Lillard, he's really streaky in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Like some games he's really valuable, other games he's just not.
He just wants to beat up on Paul George. That's it. That's all it is.
And think about it. McCollum led a team, an okay Portland Trailblazers team to the Western Conference Finals.
They were a good Portland Trailblazers team.
They were down Nurkic, weren't they? Or am I tripping? They were down Nurkic. They had Cantor as their starting center.
I think that was last year.
No, last year they had Nurkic.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
It was them against.
I think they had Nurkic that year, but I mean they were playing against Jokic, so it's
whatever.
They were a pretty solid team. Like they had Rodney Hood. They had what's his name?
They were
Anthony
solid,
Simons.
but they were going against the Warriors, right? Like the fact
well,
that
they got swept by the Warriors, but I mean when they beat the Nuggets, they had a deep team.
I don't know. I think the fact that they even got there and he was like probably the main reason they got there. It says a lot about him as a second option.
I mean, he's one of the best second options. I don't think he's up there as a first option. Some players are just second options.
Fair enough. All right. Well, any closing remarks from you guys before we call this quits?
T-Mac is better than James Harden and D Wade if he stayed in his prime.
Such a big if.
Bro, the man was like, what, 6'6"?
That's like saying LeBron would be number one undisputably all time if he played in the 90s. That's a big if, man.
Listen, the question was in their prime. We haven't seen T-Mac. We haven't seen T-Mac in his prime, and when we did,
we haven't seen Lonzo Ball in his prime either, bro. Come on
quick
now.
question, Ibrahim. How many 60-point triple doubles did T-Mac have?
How many finals did he lead his teams to?
Did Kobe give praise to D Wade or James Harden?
I'm pretty sure he
about being difficult to guard.
He never guarded. He barely guarded Harden.
D Wade won the championship while Kobe was in his prime in 06. So
yeah, but you're not answering my question. My point is, Kobe literally said T-Mac was the hardest person he had to guard.
Okay, he's the hardest person to guard. Doesn't mean he's the best.
He's better than James Harden. And he's better than D Wade. I'm taking T-Mac, bro. T-Mac's my guy.
Man.
Sorry.
Okay.
And he had fire shoes.
Okay, I'll take T-Mac too, but only in 2K. In 2K, T-Mac is nasty. In real life, I don't want to hear it.
You know what? I'm gonna end this off by saying Jerry West would be a solid high school basketball player in the CPSA basketball league.
CPSA Thunder.
Wait, who's winning in a one-on-one? Ibader or Jerry West?
Jamil will say Ibader with one hand tied behind his back.
Ibader, bro, his fadeaway unstoppable.
Legend has it that Ibader has been in the lab lately.
Wait, who? According to who?
Ibader.
That's enough. That's enough. We need to end this. Thank you for listening, everyone. That was another episode of the Climate Podcast, Kobe edition. Thank you all for listening, even if you made it this far. Peace.